Hello, everyone. My name is Collin Gillespie, and I'm a first-year master's student in the School of Natural Resources and the Environment, and my outreach assistantship is with the Nature Conservancy. Now, as we all know, water is a very precious resource and increasingly scarce throughout the Southwest due to factors such as climate change and land use change. And like many other areas, many parts of the San Pedro River are experiencing less flow than in the past. Some blame velvet mesquite for further contributing to the river's diminished flow, and in some places, a lot of effort and money are being spent to remove them. Now, that can be problematic given that riparian corridors, such as that along the San Pedro, are important habitats and travel pathways for many species, especially birds. My lab and I are working with the Nature Conservancy to study water use patterns of mesquite stands of different ages and densities in order to better inform land management practices regarding velvet mesquite in riparian areas. So in this image in the bottom left, this is a satellite image of the Three Links Farm, which is our field site, located near Cascabel, Arizona. On the eastern side, you can see what was once a cultivated field has now regrown in with dense mesquite thicket. Running through the middle of the map, you see the San Pedro River, and on the western side is a more mature mesquite bosque, which is the Spanish word for forest. And these colored squares indicate our different test plots. So our project goals are first to determine if stands of different kinds of mesquite trees, such as mature bosque, young thicket, and thin young thicket, as illustrated in this image in the middle, use different sources of water. We also want to determine what impacts thinning treatments have on the water use dynamics of young mesquite thickets as compared to more mature stands. And finally, we hope to share our findings to better inform future mesquite resource management strategies throughout the San Pedro area and throughout the Southwest. So how are we doing it? Well, at our field site, Three Links Farm, we currently have several test plots for studying our different stand types. In these plots, we're taking a host of measurements, as well as taking periodic tree samples and extracting the water within to compare it to local groundwater and precipitation. This, compared with the other data, will allow us to gain a better understanding of the plant's ecophysiological responses to differences in plant water use characteristics. In the top right, you can see three images depicting some of our measurement processes and installing some of our field equipment. And in the bottom right, you can see some of our lab equipment. This is an extraction line that we use for cryogenic water distillation, which is the process by which we remove the water from wood samples so that we can study it and compare it to source water. So in conclusion, our project is very much still underway. We are still taking measurements, and we are eagerly awaiting May-ish, about the time when the trees will leaf out and we'll be able to take some new measurements, as well as the coming monsoon season. So thank you very much for your attention. That's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.